she looked up the left coast. She's lovely. Listen, height, boy, L'Oreal. And, she is high as close to local hip hop. So we're with her, talk about her story with us, and touch all we have to love it. Look at you,
well, let's see. I've been in sports my whole life. So I started off mainly in actually something that I also consider sport, which would be dance. And then moved from there into track and field, volleyball. Actually, it was also wrestling for a little bit in high school. And then cross country. Then I've also done some Madden NFL as well. And then for this, I became a fan of bodybuilding years and years ago when, well, first I'm from the era where when you turned on the TV, you saw Wonder Woman, you actually saw the whole, movie breakup as it's created. I'm from the era of where you've got this kind of chiseled hero muscle with a story to tell, and a purpose to move forward to. So I've always been attracted to bodybuilding forever. And then hero muscle with a story to tell, and a purpose to move forward to. So I've always been attracted to bodybuilding forever. And then the fact that they were always not only with the mind, body, heart, and soul, but also with the community. So I think it was about 7 or 8 years where I was actually battling with my own things, where I was eating very much and all that stuff. So I started off at 87 pounds. And as you guys know, I am a mom. And it was actually my kids that were like, we would love to see you a lot stronger. We would love to see you actually become you. So there was a novice show that was happening in my town, and I went for it. And it was the first time where I actually felt like everything was coming together, all the different things in my life, all the different things that I love to do that speak to me as a person came together all at once. Where, being able to move the body, express, being able to gain strength not only by just lifting, but by actually having it be set hands of lifting and also these goals. So it's like a path. And I think we always spoke about this in the waiting room, so like just a purpose. It's wonderful to find that purpose. So that's what happened with me. From there I just kept going. I was on the NPC stage when we used to be at 89 pounds. And it's actually a video that's on YouTube somewhere, and it is hilarious because I'm like this little tiny thing, but you can see this just something that needed more, and bodybuilding was his wings, so here I am.
Well, so anything you have to crawl before you walk. And yeah, that's through this concept. I really found that you really have like the background you gotta read the bodybuilding, like this way you were athletes, also you're dealing with some things like that. That was also the fact like the body sport. Always an issue. Sometimes bodybuilding can save your life. Sometimes it does. Until they say that you got the bodybuilding, it helps you because you can get a better relationship with your own body, how you train, how you work out. And I said a lot of people, they think bodybuilding is like, all you gotta do is level your weight to take this pill and this. No, it's a lot of work. And if you're not willing to put in the work in, you shouldn't do the sport at all. Go home and you don't know.
Definitely.
So, how old are you?
stepchildren, I think we're in the realm of 36, 26, then we've got another 26, that would be 9, and then 19 and 17.
And it's 6-year-old boy or girl?
Say again?
It's 6-year-old boy or girl?
17 girls. Everything that came from me was girls. I only make girls.
Because if you actually get boys like, hey, you know, you'll check out your mom. Hi, mom. Hey. What's the mom? What's the mom? But, I think it's good. Did he ever think about, do you ever get interested in body themselves and just love your mom, watching your mom?
They have an interest in a different sort of building. So, the 17-year-old is definitely more of a stable intellectual powerhouse that's extremely creative. She won the national award for orchestra this year in music. She's been an AP student for so long and does a lot of leadership stuff, and then also plays tennis. She's not into lifting today, but she is into building, which is, where I believe this all comes back into a full circle, where we're all warriors, we are all definitely the lead. There's something in all of us that we wish to build towards. So, so that's her. She does this.
Well, like I said, sometimes...
and she's also a Taekwondo.
Oh, Taekwondo.
Yeah.
Like Van Damme. Yeah, your Van Damme used Taekwondo.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the good thing, I can't say martial arts is not you have to be physical, you have to be steady, you have to, not just can't be half-assed. But we got somebody come in, Mike the boy, and shout to Michael, some comments. How's the bicep still huge? Look right now, look at, like I said, she's competing tomorrow, dude. Look at her. She's worked out. She's shredded. She's huge. Yeah, she's gonna, okay. But you gonna try to fight for shot. Yeah. Okay, come on, show for us. Look at the hips. Look at everything, So the guy, calm down, put back to his little yeah. If I get into the sport, especially for a woman, a lot of people, like, especially my channel, how I talk about how, I just saw a while ago, someone talking about how the sport has changed, I just saw a video where a guy posted, one of my, I have another moniker, I call myself, Skip Close the Wall, I call myself John, Commander of the North. And so I have little ravens and birdies, one of my little ravens thing. Guy talking about how wellness is starting to change in the girls getting club. When you started in the league said it's only been around for maybe about a little 10 years, just a little 10 years. And back in the day, when there was that many divisions, but it's changing. How do you feel as a competitor? Do you feel that it's just a get the gap to change it, or there should be guidelines to be competitive?
I believe that there definitely should be guidelines for every single class, every single division. And I also believe that there should be some sort of roadmap. But I also really believe in the judges of this particular organization. There are a lot of different bodybuilding organizations out there. But I believe in this one, they actually spend a lot of time focusing more on each individual athlete. So, in terms of my experience, where it's like, for me, it's always been, how about you try doing this? How about you try doing this? But don't do this because it's not your body type, and it's not going to fit you. Yet, you'll still be great in this division because you're matching muscle proportion, etc. So for me, I think that, I'm a little bit leaner than everybody else most of the time, and a little bit smaller. But it's all about golden ratio, putting everything together perfectly. So I do understand the people feeling upset about the way the sport is changing, but we also have to believe that that's what the world is. It's constant change. And there are those of us that are in the sport that actually believe the traditional beginning of the sport. So regardless of where people may think it's going or how political it gets or how everyone's confused or what divisions they should be in, I really believe it's about the athlete truly picking their own spot and then getting into the traditional art of bodybuilding and holding that own. So everything starts with a history, right? And history always goes to change. But without the fundamentals of the foundation, then you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's about the evolution. You raise an athlete. It's like the evolution of the athlete. As you grow and develop and change. Some people are like, society is like women to change. We like that get women to like stay like be clean and proper. But you can't somebody different, especially if you start body parts to evolve. Like you're like you have the bikini. Some girls start with bikini, then they go up to bigger, and then they're at a point where I'm much this so I can either go up or kind of go sideways. That's what women is, kind of sideways. And then when you go up to 50, then I'm still evolving. The only place to go is up to bodybuilding. There's no healing for that. But some people say, take your violating something. Like, I don't want to feel that. I don't want to feel. I just want to feel better. I understand that, but the fact is, you evolve as an athlete. It's a little sport that even in bodybuilding, like these comedians can get under issue.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. She reminds me of a way back then called the movie under Andrea Harris White. They had the same kind of structure in the jawline. Very attractive woman. But I think there should be set rules where, okay, you tell the business, okay, you can let this woman for something where she's not triggered more dense. But, she's not bodybuilding, she's disease. You know, I was talking to one lady where she told that she better. She told, grow your lats more. But your figure, why you grow your lats more? I mean, it's crazy. Well, I'm going to jump into Heidi's social media a little bit, maybe you'll break and stuff like that. I know you can.
Let me just say one more thing on the whole class with divisions real quick, just to make this really, really fast. Again, we touched on human evolution, and we also have to understand that now this sport is evolving, and it's evolving to include and empower all body types, which is why wellness now exists. There is a different sort of body type where their bodies are actually carrying the weight different, and it's more in the quads and the rear area, right? So it's more of it's the IFBB Pro League saying, hey, we see different body types out there, and you're all beautiful, you're all powerful. Let's see how to get you all on stage in your right yourself. You know what I mean? So for me, it's women's physique, wellness, et cetera, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You got the first off. We hear from Aaron Fitz. Aaron said, wow, on the platform, she looks absolutely incredible, very beautiful.
The thing about debt, there's good debt and bad debt, which I classify student loan debt as bad debt. The main reason it's bad debt is because it's the worst possible type of debt. You see, if I get into trouble as a businessman with debt, I can declare bankruptcy. I can declare bankruptcy. But the trouble with student loan debt, you can't do that. It hangs around your neck for the rest of your life. The thing about debt, there's good debt and bad debt, which I classify student loan debt as bad debt. The main reason it's bad debt is because it's the worst possible type of debt. You see, if I get into trouble as a businessman, there's good debt and bad debt. which I classify student loan debt as bad. Well, there's two kinds of debt. Now, this is basic financial education, or financial literacy, we call it. There's good debt and bad debt. Good debt is debt that somebody else pays off for you. So when I buy an apartment house, my friend Kenny, I don't pay for it. The bank lends us the money, and debt is tax-free, right? So let's say we put $1 million down to buy a $5 million apartment. So we now have a $5 million asset, and our tenants pay for it. That's good debt. But I take out my credit card to go eat sushi, that's bad debt, because I gotta pay for it. Well, there's two kinds of debt. Now, this is basic financial education, or financial literacy, we call it. There's good debt and bad debt. Good debt is debt that somebody else pays off for you. So when I buy an apartment house with my friend Kenny, I don't pay for it. The bank lends us the money, and debt is tax-free, right? So let's say we put $1 million down to buy a $5 million apartment house. So we now have a $5 million asset, and our tenants pay for it. That's good debt. But I take out my credit card to go eat sushi, that's bad debt, because I gotta pay for it. Well, there's two kinds of debt. Now, this is basic financial education, financial literacy. There's good debt and bad debt. Good debt is debt that somebody else pays off for you. So when I buy an apartment house with my friend Kenny, I don't pay for it. The bank lends us the money, and debt is tax-free, right? So let's say we put $1 million down to buy a $5 million apartment house. So we now have a $5 million asset, and our tenants pay for it. That's good debt. But I take out my credit card to go eat sushi, that's bad debt, because I gotta pay for it.
Go eat sushi.
Well, there's two kinds of debt. Now, this is basic financial. If I borrow money, guess what? Do I pay taxes on debt?
I guess no.
Why's that? Why is debt tax-free?
Why is debt tax-free?
I don't know.
Because that's how money is created.
Because that's how money is created.
And so the banks love it. They love
The
people
banks,
borrow
they
lots
love
of money.
people borrowing
So how
lots
do I
of
get
money.
rich?
So
I
how do I
borrow
get
money.
If you borrow
And I
money,
buy assets with it.
I buy
Poor person
assets
borrows
with
money and buys liabilities like
purses,
cars,
houses,
and
and they get
poorer.
poor and poor and poorer.
Guess what? Do I pay taxes on debt? So-called financial gurus who say live totally debt-free. And there's other people who say cut up your credit cards. And, that's good advice for certain types of people. So you should definitely cut up your credit cards if you don't know, you can't control your spending.
If you
are
can't
only
control
on
your
bad
spending.
debt, which I classify student loan debt as bad debt. The main reason it's bad debt is because it's the worst possible type of debt. You see, if I get into trouble as a businessman with debt, I can declare bankruptcy and I'm clean. But the trouble with student loan debt,
But the trouble with student loan,
it hangs around your neck for the rest of your
it
life.
hangs around your neck
So
for
if
the
you're a
rest of your
student, you shouldn't take on student loan debt unless you absolutely 100% guaranteed that you will commit to graduating. So-called financial gurus
so-called
who say live totally debt-free.
live totally
And
debt-free.
there's other people who say cut up your credit cards.
Other people who say cut up your credit.
That's good advice for certain types of people.
And that's good advice
So
for
you
some
should
type.
definitely cut up your credit cards if
You should definitely
don't know,
cut up your
can't
credit
control
cards.
your
If you
spending. You
don't
will
know
only
and you
have
can't
bad
control
debt,
your spending.
which I classify student loan debt as bad debt. And the school teachers say, no, you have to get a job, get a job, get a job. But you know and I know what's coming next.
But you know what I know is
AI.
AI.
AI, jobs will disappear.
How do you feel about it?
I don't feel anything about it.
I
don't
don't need a
even
job. You don't think that
I
new
don't need a
jobs will be
job.
created? So what will happen to all those people?
That's what my question is.
Recognize this guy. Well, he come.
And the school teachers say, no, you have to work. Get a job, get a job, get a job.
get a job,
You
get a
know
job,
and
get
I
a
know
job.
what's coming
You
next.
know why I know it's coming.
AI.
AI.
AI, jobs will disappear.
AI.
How do you feel about it?
I don't feel anything about it.
I don't even
need
think
a job.
I don't need a
That
job.
new jobs will be created. So
I don't even
will
feel
happen to all
about
those
it.
people?
I don't need a
That's what my
job.
question is. I just gave you the biggest tip of all. Buy this.
Buy this.
And the school teachers say, No,
So,
you have to work.
no, you have to go
Get a job.
get a job, get a job, get a job, get a
I know
job.
what's coming.
And you know what's coming next. AI.
AI jobs will disappear.
How do you feel about
Jobs
it?
will
Nothing
disappear.
about it.
I don't
need a job.
I don't need a
New
job.
jobs will be created. So what will happen to all those people? You don't think the new jobs will be created?
No.
So what will happen to all those
You
people?
don't think the new
That's my
jobs
question.
can be recreated?
I
Nope.
just give you the biggest tip of all. Buy this.
Recognize this guy, what?
$1 million 1993 today is now $2,070,000. Inflation in 5 years would probably devalue half of everyone's money listening to this in their 401ks, IRAs, and their soft saving accounts. Like right now, the world is a wreck, and their only solution to the devaluation is they're going to have to work harder. Over the last 20 years, 2002 to 2022, salaries have increased 27%. But the cost of a home has gone up 130%.
But the cost of a home is 48%.
Our cost of living and lifestyle
Our cost of
is
living
not keeping up.
is
The average
not
person
keeping
drives a $60,000 a year car that has a $50,000 a year salary.
$50,000.
Over $100,000 a student debt. 60% of America living check to check. We have a problem. And being busy is not the solution.
Being
Getting
busy
another
is
job is not the solution.
and get
We have
another
to
job.
graduate and develop more of the Gen Z millennial mind that says there's got to be a smarter way. It
There gotta
can't
be a
the
smarter
immigrant
way.
Just work harder.
It
There
can't
is
just
nothing
be
to say
working
for
hard.
hard work, but if it's mind that says there's got to be a smarter way, it can't be the immigrant way of just work harder.
The immigrant
Because
way
there is
of
something
just
to say
work.
for hard work, but if it's not smart enough hard work, then it's stupid work. It's dumb work. And their $1 million 1993 today is now $2,070,000. Inflation in 5 years will probably devalue half of everyone's money listening to this in their 401ks, IRAs,
the
and
people's
soft
money.
saving accounts. Like right now,
Damn, girl, you fuck.
Chinese people fucking love money. You think rappers love money? Yo, we love money. More than anyone. Yo, Chinese people love money so much. We have a god of money. Of all the gods in Chinese Taoism, there's one god. He's the god of money. Tyson Ye. We pray to him for more money. Even during Chinese New Year, the way we greet each other is we say 恭喜发财 or 恭喜发财 in Cantonese. 恭喜发财 means hope you get rich.
How long does it last? I like a good 20 minutes. I think that's good. Yeah. Have you ever been with a guy and he like too quick? Yeah, like 2 pumps, done. What happened? I was with him. I went home and brought one out. Damn, it was a shame. Did he try to redeem his passport? No, I think he was just really embarrassed after that. So it didn't happen again. Never heard from him again. I did hear from him, but more casually. Would you let him try to redeem himself? I would. I think everybody deserves a second chance. I do too. Did he have like at least like a good size score? It actually was. Like it was, he had some girth and some legs. And I'm like, maybe it's just like been a while or, I mean, I'm tired. Okay. So there's that too. That's a big factor.